Hey y'all, well this is my third attempt to make this video. So I'm gonna hurry up and try to get it done. Maybe if I stop rushing. Uh, I keep making mistakes. The first one I was doing, one of our neighbors and who was also a relative, she came by to speak, and I talked to her for a few minutes, so I stopped it. And then I started back just a few minutes ago, and I was rushing, so my button. Oh, me. My finger pressed the button and made it stop. Let me slow down. um, so I don't make as many mistakes. So anyway, what I was telling you is that this morning I went to a friend of mine's house who has had some flowers in her yard since I think last year, and she wanted me to come and get some, and so I just had an opportunity to go get some this morning. So anyway, that's what I did. And I was telling you about how before I come out here in the yard to work, I normally have a mental plan of what I want to do, how I want to do things. But then sometimes things don't go as planned. For instance, the weather. Like a while ago, before I was finished, it started sprinkling on me, and it started turning dark, like it's fixing to start raining. And we are supposed to get some rain today. But the first thing I did when I got back from getting these plants here was that I sprinkled that eliminator, the insecticide for the Japanese beetles, all over the yard, front, back, and sides. So I'm glad I got that out of the way because it's supposed to rain. So these are the flowers that I went to get from my friends. I don't know the name of them. I don't know exactly what flowers they'll have, but they should be blooming sometime soon, and I'll keep you posted. But anyway, this is where I had to start improvising because I was planning on putting these in the ground, and when the weather started changing on me, I started rushing, and I was trying to figure out what to do. And I didn't just want to leave them in the plastic bags that I had them in. So I got these two baskets, wicker baskets. I got these from an antique store, local. And so I thought, well, I'm just going to throw them over in these baskets, for now. I may leave them in here a little while, but I will probably end up taking them out and either putting them in the ground or maybe putting them in some pots. And here's some little stragglers right here I was telling you about, the same one I was just showing you here. When I got them out of the ground, of course, some of them came loose, and all these still had the bulbs on there really nice, so I just stuck them in this pot. And then I was also telling you about, these are daffodils here that she had, my friend, and they're the ones that look like ruffles. And I have some down on the other end where the center is orange, but I didn't have any of these. And I just thought they were so pretty. Well, she let me have this bunch right here. And let me zoom out. So what I did, I didn't have time to put these in the ground. So I have this little wagon here. Cute little wagon. That's another one of my little antique store pieces that I bought last year before last. And I normally just set a potted plant over there in it. And so I had to nail a hole in the bottom of it though, because it didn't have any drainage holes, and it normally just fills up with water. And I knew I had to have some drainage. So anyway, that's the daffodils, and I wanted to zoom in here on this real pretty bloom right here and let you see. Look how pretty that is. And you remember my hyacinths? I've been telling you how good they smell. I've been smelling them the whole while I've been out here working, because it's a sort of a breezy day, not real breezy, and I've just been enjoying the scent. So just look at that, how pretty that is. Okay, so that's some of what I did right there. And the bulbs that I showed you yesterday that I bought at Walmart, I put all of those in pots. Now, I can't remember what I put where, but I'll find out when they start coming up. If they start coming up, which I hope they do. So I know that I put some in this pot right here. And I put some in this pot. This big round pot here. I had planted something else in it. last year before last, that didn't grow, didn't do well because it didn't have proper drainage in the bottom. Even though I had stacked some rocks in there and it had some holes in there, but it just wasn't draining well. And so what I had in there, just most of it rotted. So I dumped everything out of this today. And my creeping Jenny that you see there, I already had it in the pot with something else. The creeping Jenny did okay, but the other stuff in there didn't. So I scooped out my creeping Jenny and I just laid it on the ground to the side. And then I just took this big old pot, which was heavy, and I had to actually use my little gorilla cart to, I put it in my cart on top of some pine bark and pulled it across to the edge of the yard. And it was hard for me to get it out of the cart too, but I did it. And I just dumped all of that soil and dead stuff out of it. And I put in some new fresh soil. And then I put in, I think I have hollyhocks. I put 2 hollyhocks in here. One on each side here. And then another one over there. And I think they're the dark purple color. Remember, I have 4 colors of hollyhocks. The purple, the red, the yellow, and the pink. Yeah. And so anyway, that's that. And so let me come on down, see what else I did. I think I was gonna put something there, but I changed my mind. I see where I've moved around a little stuff, so, but I don't think I put anything there. Anyway, then I put some. This is a pot that didn't have anything. Yes, it did. It had a spiderwort plant in it that was on my porch, and it was dry as a Sahara desert. So what I did, it might come back. I just took it out and took it over to the edge of the yard and put it on a pile of dirt that I dumped over there. So I'm gonna see what it's gonna do. I also have another spiderwort that's up there on the edge of the yard that comes back every year. I used to have it in my flower bed, but then I heard that they're invasive and I moved it because I don't want it taking over the flower bed. But I may move it from up there and find somewhere closer down here to put it with my other flowers. I kind of like to keep everything down here in these areas, so when I have to water, I'm not having to walk all over the yard, especially when in the summer when it's hot. But that's that. And so right here, I put some more bulbs. I think hollyhocks there, I can't remember. And let me show you my little trees. See how good they're doing? I mean, I can't remember what this is, but look at those leaves. They're doing good. They're getting little buds on them. So I'm looking forward to finding somewhere in the yard to put these where my husband won't cut them down. And then this right here is doing pretty good too. See the buds on it? I'm sorry, the picture's not very clear. And then I also put bulbs in here in this pot. Put some in here. And I put 2 in this pot right here.